Creators, when it comes to creating content and creating content every day, one of the things you need to do is get organized. I have been working on trying to find a good system for a long time. And if you saw my other video talking about this, I've tried lots. I've literally tried lots. Recently, I was told about an app. I have no idea how I completely missed this for how many years, but I was recently told about an app called Milanote. Now, maybe like a week or so ago, I made a video. It was a live stream, just opening it, doing a walkthrough, just kind of seeing what it did. And I said I was going to put some thought into this and then come back. So I started rearranging sort of my content ideation to filming flow. And as you know, earlier I made a video about how to do this with Apple Notes. Apple Notes is legit, 100%. I've always tried to find tools for beginners because it's going to be free and you don't have to spend any money on it. Turns out, Milanote is also free. I found out quickly that I can get it really close to the edge of probably having to go pro, and I probably will. But I just wanted to show you where I've come so far, like in the last week of playing with this app. Now, I'm not an expert at all yet. I am still studying and figuring this app out. It is super easy. And I don't mean easy for me. I mean just generally easy. Even without learning any shortcut keys and things like that yet, I have a couple that I just kind of figured out by guessing. It's amazing. So I just want to show you where I've gotten so far and just give you an idea of how easy it is to use Milanote. Now, one of the things that I did was I took that template that I had made in Notes prior and I recreated it in Milanote. And it's cool. So I'll put the link to Milanote down below. And this is just a brief sort of update on where I'm at so far. And trust me, I think I'm addicted and I'm going to go farther. Now, I want to give one thought just for those of you guys. If you already have a totally clutch system, just watch and see if it might help your system. Don't just change systems to be changing systems. That can really throw you for a loop. And as we all know, it's easy to procrastinate by organizing. It's easy to procrastinate by learning, and it's easy to procrastinate by thinking you need another thing that you may or may not need. I'm just throwing this out there for food, because I think I'm going to use it. I really believe I am. I still love Notion. And if you saw my video about Apple Notes in the past, I've always explained that I do it the kind of two setup. So my Apple Notes is just capture, 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 capture. And I clean them up and I organize them and put my thoughts into sort of a finished product. And that gets moved into Notion. So Notion is legit sort of my second brain. One of the things that I like about Milanote that's different from Notion is a vertical or linear thought process. Milanote is like spreading papers all over your desk and maybe a little bit messy, but you know exactly where everything is. And I'm like, that might work a little better for my brain because some days I'm in highly visual mode. Some days I'm very text mode. Some days I'm very use AI, speak to it type of situation. So anyway, let me stop rambling and show you what we got so far. So this is my Milanote board. This is what I'm going to see when I come in. And again, being a para person, I have my projects, my areas, resources, and archives. And so far, I have some ideas that I'm working with, like setting up some monthly themes for these videos. This is where I'm going to build my vision board. I have my goals in here. And then I may or may not do journaling in here, but I'm just curious of what it can do. And then this is for gear that I'm stepping up. Now, I wanted to give myself a reminder of sort of where I am in space. And right now, when it comes to headspace, my head is clear. It is clear. Yesterday, I left myself a reminder to make this video for Los, and I did make this video. So there's there, and then I can just put like a giant done on there. But what I like about this is you can just sort of pick things up and move them around wherever you want. You can connect them. You can draw like a little arrow to them. So like I can grab this line and say like connect it to this and then bring this one over to here. And if I want it to be curved, I can just grab the center and sort of move it out so that I can give myself a little reminder. And then, yeah, like you could change what the ends look like. If you wanted to do that, you could change what the start looks like. If you wanted to do that, you can link it. You can lock it. But what's cool is when it's connected, now if I move this around, they stay stuck together. So yeah, there's some really cool stuff that you can do in here. Right now, I haven't made myself want to go too crazy with over prettying this. I kind of just wanted to build what I was building. Okay, so let's go in and take a look into my project areas real quick. And I have my YouTube. I'm planning for PodFest, this event that I'm doing. And then I haven't started moving my work stuff in here yet, but my work stuff will go in here. And then things for the podcast, which is cool about this board. This board is actually shared with Mary Lou. So if you look up here in the top, there's her little face right there. And so we're starting to put some work in here. I just set the board up, and right now Mary Lou's been goofing with it, so we're going to deal with that. I have a section for some courses I want to build, and I want to write a book this year, so I just put that there sort of as a reminder. What I have been working on, of course, is the YouTube stuff. So here's going to be like a deal flow. Now, this template came with Milanote. I will modify this as I play with it and figure out what the shortcomings of this template is. Right now, it might work for me, but then again, it might not. And so what I wanted to do is just sort of leave it as it stands. And then if I find that there's a shortcoming to this, I can make adjustments there. But I could do something like just say, I don't want to put this yet. I just want to file it right here. But here's a thumbnail for a video that I might want to do. So I can just file that in right away, and I'll deal with that later. Let me see something else I can just drag in real quick. I have like a colorful background that I might want to use. So I could just drop that in real quick and decide, I'll move that into a script situation later. Because what's cool, it's almost like a scrapboard or a clipboard. You can just find things, pick them up, move them around. They don't have to go in any order right away. You can just dump things in here. And then when you sit down to adjust, you can move things around and get cute with it and sort of figure out where you're going. And I really, really like that. I like that free-flowing nature of this, for lack of a better word. Anyway, let's get back over to Milanote. So I will show you that in here, I just put some information about like where to go with these videos. So here's some video concepts and ideas. So I wanted to build a new template. So I dragged this board out here, which just put it here, and I named it new video, and it automatically generated this cool little icon. And look, this is cool because you can zoom into these things. So if you need to see it closer, you can do things like that. I'm going to double click this and show you what I built. So maybe give me a second. I'm going to stop this real quick, and I'm going to show what I did in Notes first. I should have thought of that. Give me one second. Here in Notes is the template that I built. And it was basically around the idea of putting your thought together and then having a status. So title, thumbnail, bullet points, A-roll, B-roll, editing, transcribe, ready for release, social media blurb. So I can check these off as they get done. And then you have your script, your hook, your intro, your main points, your conclusion. I made a place for where I would write down the B-roll, the music, the sound effects, where I would put in the thumbnail, any links that I might need to add to this video, any tags that I would use, a description, social media posts, a place to put just random notes, and then a place where I would collect hashtags, okay? And then there's just some other random notes here at the bottom. So I wanted to build something like this inside of Milanote, and I'll show you what I came up with so far. Again, this is a work in progress, and I'll hold this for a second. So if you want to screenshot this and play along, you can go ahead and build it yourself. It's really simple. All of these elements that you see are basically called columns. And then inside a couple of the columns, I added to-do list. This to-do list is freestanding. This one is added to a column. So one of the things I didn't put was the status. So let me just show you how I would build that. I would grab the column. And this is not where I'm going to leave it, but I'm just putting it here for cuteness. And then I'm going to call this status. And then what I would do is come back and drop a to-do list directly in that card. I could do things like click on this card to expand or despan. I could click on this guy to go to color, and it could be either be like an entire background color, which is a little bit chotomabashi. I'm sorry, a little bit bright for this. So in this particular case, I'll do it as a top color, and then I'll take the background and put it back to normal. So you could do either or. As you'll notice, some of these have lines, some of these are full color. And then under the status, I would just put in title, thumbnail, points, A roll, B roll, transcribe, I realized one that I should add in front of this, which is cool. I like that you can go back and then let's do social media. Now, again, this is just a work in progress for me. I'll play around with these. It would say if I wanted to add a title to this list. In this case, I'm going to say no thanks. But you see, it's so simple. Like to freeform think about this. If I needed to grab a link, you could just drop a link in here. And maybe for the social media area, I want a link there for the finished video. So I might put that there. If you wanted to add a separate description to that, you can sort of click on that and add a description to that area. You go back here to the beginning. You can add notes, links, to-dos, lines. Each one of these separate things is a board. This is inside of a board, but you can actually put a board inside of a board. Like, say I wanted to call this social post. You can just drop a board inside a board. And again, normally when you're making this stuff, don't try to get cute. Just put it there and you'll deal with it later. I just grabbed the Twitter icon, even though it's X now. To make a new one of these boxes, you would just grab a column. You can add comments. You can add a table. And there's more. You can draw in here, color things, add documents, add audio clips, maps, videos, and even special headings. So I did very same thing. I just took what we had over here in notes and I just brought it over to Milanote. So I have my thoughts and my ideas. I have title ideas. I have thumbnails because now I'm working with A/B testing on some of these things. I can go and if I want to do some research, I'll show you what's inside there in a second. I have a place to write my hook, put down my bullet points, write my script, which is for me is mostly just expansions of bullet points. If I have a conclusion, if there's a call to action or some other major point that I want to make, I'll make sure I remind myself that there. Have a place to keep up with my statuses. I have a place to write my description or paste in my description and a place to write social media posts. Now, I put my thumbnail here, but also I made little areas because I can actually put in some A-roll video if I want to, like maybe put small clips in here, some B-roll. If I'm going, me, I'm using Artlist to go get my B-roll, and music and sound effects will be either Artlist or Epidemic Sound. So I would drop those here, either the name of them or the actual link to the file in case I want to go re-grab it from another point. Now, if I use any AI to do any part of the video, I'm going to put the prompt here so that it's repeatable, because systems is life. And then any tags or links that I might need as I make this video go here. So this now is a template, and I haven't figured out exactly how to save them as a template yet, but there is a way. I do know that. I'll figure that out at some point. I can share this with somebody. I can give it a read-only link. I could put someone here to invite to edit, but if I just wanted to share with you, I think I can share with you now. I'll just put this here. And then I'll add this link to the description of the video to see if it is shareable like that. I'm not sure. Like I said, I'm still figuring this out, but I love it. Now, let me show you what I dropped in here for research. I just have a place to put in images and just start, sort of scrapping some things out. There's also a mind map version. That's a template that comes with Milanote, and I can click it here if I need to do something sort of as a mind map. Now, the template that they gave was based off of using Helvetica, but who knows what the video is that I'm trying to make. I'll give you an idea of a video that I'm thinking about right now. So I want to do small studio lighting. Let's leave it like that. Okay. And then I want to put in some images of what like a small cob light would look like, right? So I'm going to go grab the image of the cob light that I currently own. And of course, Amazon is making me drag the wrong thing. So I could just take that and just drop it right there. okay? And this particular model is known as a cold bore CL60, right? So I can grab that text box there and I can put it there. And then if I wanted to grab the Amazon link for that, I can grab that here and then paste it here. And then if I wanted to put, current pricing, whatever, I could just go down the line. So I might want to build out other versions of a light like this that say I'm in love with. I just built something like this for the Ecamm Studio. And in the Ecamm Studio, I use this particular light. And then you can crop that image and move it around so that it fits more to what you're trying to show. So let's save that. That's a better idea for this particular image. And in this particular case, it's the newer MS60. So I can copy that information and, sort of drop it right there, get that link for that. So you see what I'm saying? Like, as I'm building out this whole concept of using these type of lights to prettify your studio, I mean, look how easy it is to just grab something like this. Oh, this thing on the side is known as unsorted, where I just pasted in a link that I wasn't sure where to put yet. So let's say I was going to do something like that. I could grab the softbox for that particular light and just copy it and then come over here to unsorted and paste it in. And then when I'm ready to deal with it, I could just pick it up and drag it somewhere so this could come out and I could turn it loose on the board. You know what I mean? Or undo that to leave it unsorted. So again, just beautiful, man. Just think about it. You're out here, you're trying to make this video. You're just out here collecting info. And as you're collecting this info, you can come back to all of this stuff later in design. And I can easily, quickly just jump back out to the home front and build from here. So this is going to get a heck of a lot prettier as I go through building this out. But I just wanted to give you an update of where I was with playing with Milanote. I will probably be able to do a full-ass breakdown, idea to publish video workflow as soon as I build it out more. But I don't want you to wait. If you think this is something you can use, jump on it. I don't have any affiliates or anything like that yet. I do have a link that I'll share. And with that link, it does give me some more credits for space. Don't worry about that. How you find it is up to you. I will probably go pro, and I like the idea that I could just free think, kind of just like scrubbing together. This is the closest thing to just writing in my notebook as possible. And now that I think about it, I'll be able to just take pictures of my notebook and dump it in, and then I can prettify it into some sort of thing. Because the idea of, see, in Tiago's teaching, I won't get into the whole thing, but that para stuff you saw, you're capturing all this info, and then you're going to distill it down. And one of the key elements in distilling it down is taking it from the information you gathered, making it relate to you the way your brain relates, and then putting that down. As you put it down and distill it and make it clean, that is committing it to longer term memory. That is making it so that it's sticky. And then an old school thing says, as soon as you learn something, if you teach 3 people, you'll learn it forever. So that's why I like to teach you what I know. So that's been just a quick run through my crazy brain in Milanote. No fancy video, no fancy editing, no tricks. I just wanted you to see where I'm at. And trust me, this might become a problem. This might be a thing, fam, because I'm really in love with Milanote. It is beyond amazing. I don't even know what to do with myself. And yeah, we'll see how crazy this gets. Anyway, I know it's getting close to the holidays, so if I don't see you for the live stream on Christmas Eve, have yourself a merry little Christmas. If you like this video, you like this kind of stuff, hit the subscribe button. I'm on a mission to get to 20,000 by the end of the year. We are going to make it work some way, shape, or form. We're going to get that hustle on. And I will now bring up another video that the algorithm thinks you should watch, and I agree with them.
I need to know everything, who and the what and the where, I need everything. Trust me, I hear what you're saying, but act like it's new what you're telling me. I'm curious, George, I hop in the Porsche, it's 5 and a horse, I'm ready for war, I'm coming for throats, to turn to a ghost, I need to know everything. Now you be surprised at the info you get is by letting them talk, so I'm letting them talk. Gotta keep quiet.